We are going to be picking our 3 best things of 2021. And our thing number 1 this year, Andy, is our favorite sports story of 2021. So as the guest co-host, we will let you go first. What has been your favorite sports story of 2021?
Why, thank you. And I think my favorite sports story just happened like a few days ago, right? When Tiger Woods and his son, Charlie Woods, went out and played golf together. Considering everything that Tiger Woods has been through since that car crash in February, where we thought he might have been dead that day, right? That morning, we weren't sure if he was alive or dead. And then we saw that he survived. We weren't sure if he was going to lose a leg. That was on the table. Like, it was very serious stuff. And it was just nice to sit down there and watch his son and his father get to do something that they weren't sure they were going to be able to do back in February.
My favorite sports story of 2021 has to be Tom Brady winning another Super Bowl ring with his new team for the first time. For the first year, lucky number 7. Most importantly, I think it proved Tom Brady didn't need Bill Belichick, and it kind of silenced all the haters that he is indeed the GOAT. So that's one of my favorites.
He's like 59 years old, so never feel bad about picking Tom Brady in one of these categories, because we've never seen this before, and he's still playing really well, except for the other night, but he's still playing really well. So he could be in this discussion again next year when he's like 68 years old. It's crazy.
Exactly, 68 years old. We're still doing it.
Yeah, I don't know how it goes.
All right, moving on to thing number 2. It's our team of 2021. So, Andy, who is your favorite team of 2020-21?
Well, Mackenzie, I am a big golf stupid dork. So I'm going to go with the U.S. Men's Ryder Cup team. And I know what you're saying right now. Let's flip the station. Let's go look at some other video on the internet, because this guy's talking about golf again. But what these guys did, Team America went up to Whistling Straits, Wisconsin, and demolished the European team 19-9. It was a record. We went into the week wondering, like, is Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka going to fight each other? Is this team going to be able to compete? What's going to happen? And they went out there and just destroyed Europe, and in the process made it look like they could be like this good for the next 10, 12, 14 years, which would be incredible. So I'm sorry, everyone out there who wants a more exciting sport than golf. I'm going with the Ryder Cup team.
All right, I'm going to go out on a limb here and predict what I think this team is going to be by the end of the season, but I have to pick my hometown team, the Indianapolis Colts. I know. Listen to me, hear me out. Right. So I think they're catching fire heading into the playoffs. You have Jonathan Taylor, who has had 6 100-yard games this season. He's really putting up an MVP season, I would argue. If you watch Hard Knocks in season, you guys would know how really lovable this team is and how they're real star players. But I think the only major blemish that I do see with this team that could end up coming back to bite them in the butt in the playoffs is their defense. That's 20th in points allowed. However, I think this team shows a lot more heart, more than what their record shows, more than what people are willing to give them, because they are the Indianapolis Colts. But look out though, this could be a Super Bowl team. I'm not biased or anything. I know you told me to hold the gun a little bit, Andy.
A Super Bowl team, let's go. I love it. Get on that limb.
All right, moving on to our last thing of 2021, Athlete of the Year. Andy, who you got? I got 2 for me. I'm sorry.
I got 1, and I don't know why this name isn't being used more often. Giannis ANTETOKOUNMPO. I mean, what does he have to do to be in this conversation? He could have made last year with the Bucks pretty awkward with his contract situation, but he instantly said, I'll sign my max deal. I'll stay here. I'll take us to a championship. And after a couple years of falling out of the playoffs early and getting crushed by people saying, like, when's he going to do it? This young man went out there and led the Bucks to an NBA championship. Their first since like 1971, which again, I'm terrible with math. I'm guessing that's like 80 years ago. Giannis,
at minimum.
Giannis is going to be great for many, many years to come. We're lucky to be able to watch him play, and he deserves to be this year's Athlete of the Year.
I don't have a favorite athlete, really, because I do respect what these men and women do on a daily basis, especially right now during the times of Corona. But one athlete I really have enjoyed watching this season has been Steph Curry, and to see what he was able to do the other night at MSG to become one of the greatest three-point shooters of all time was just a storybook ending to the year. And of course, on the women's side, Naomi Osaka, got to throw her name in there. She started a whole wave of athletes taking charge of their mental health in the public eye. And that's something that I don't think really should be understated or forgotten. So these 2 athletes are my favorites, I would say, of 2021. But what a crazy year it's been. A shout out to everyone keeping us media in business. Hey sports fans, if you want to watch more sports seriously, be sure to check out these clips right here. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel to see all the great content from us here at USA Today Sports.